I'm 65 years old, and you know what? I'm still chasing my dreams. And that is never going to change.
Hello, my lovelies! This is Jenny from Jenny's Fun Facts. We just want to take a moment to thank you so much, P Eats Meal Preps, for sponsoring our episodes. New menu out every Friday, ordered by Sunday, delivered fresh by Tuesday, and guess what? They deliver to all Montreal surrounding areas as well. Healthy, fresh, and delivered to your door for free. Add them and our podcast on Instagram at p.eats_P as in Peter, R-E-P as in Peter, S. Thanks, P Eats Meal Preps.
Welcome back to Noon Hour Out of the Box. We are episode 51. Last week we had our 50th show anniversary, and you guys were there for us. Your constant love and support is so appreciated as Robert blows a kiss. Thank you so much to Jenny DeHame, our producer, who actually makes all this happen, and to my good friend, mentor, and co-host, Mr. Robert D'Alessio. How are you today?
I'm excited.
You scared me there. Oh my God. Don't do that, Robert.
No, I'm really excited.
Yes.
And I reiterate what you just said. Thank you very much to all of the audience that tuned in last week for our very special 50th show. And thanking them today for tuning in. And also, we'd like to welcome our audience on TikTok on Esther's feed. Hello, everybody. And thank you for tuning in. And as we're live, don't be shy. Make your comments and tell us what you think, and you can join in on the fun. And you're also welcome to be tuned in on the following YouTube channels: Esther's Breeze, as it's written, no complicated spelling out of it, and on Bobby's Short Shorts, as it's written as well. Esther, wow, we're living in our dreams, aren't we?
We certainly are, Robert. You know, what inspired me to talk about this today was last week I had a guest on Esther's Breeze. His name is John Anthony, and he began his career in acting and screenwriting and producing at the age of 50. And
Wow.
At the age of 58, he now has 14 films that he put out that he wrote and starred in. He wrote 2 full-length screenplays. He's been in various commercials, and he's basically living his dreams. So, you know, following your dreams after 50, that's what we're talking about. That's what this is all about. And when I put out that video, Robert, that we played at the beginning of the show, the response was amazing, and it showed how it resonated with people, with the 50 plus community, that, you know, you can still chase your dreams and it's never too late. And that's what we're talking about today. And Robert, I know that you're living your dream. Tell us about it.
Well, a bit like the host you had on Esther's Breeze, at age 52, I just said enough is enough. So I was a little camera shy, to be honest with you. That's 6 years ago. So I started doing all these little skits, all these little crazy things and what have you. And then I started recording them, and I started watching myself, and I got a little bit comfortable.
Yeah.
And then I go, hey, this is pretty cool. Next thing you know, with my good friend, producer of our show, we go back 1,000 years, Jenny and I. We opened up our Bobby Short Shorts YouTube channel, started to post things and all that. I have a little bit more than 14 projects out there. That it's bombarded with all sorts of skits, little films, little shows. It's all on the Bobby Short Shorts. You people can go check it out and see what it's like, the progress we've made in the past 6 years. So I'm living out my dream too, just like you are, Esther.
Yes. So I was an entrepreneur since 2003, and had a store for a while, and then did a lot of pop-up sales, etc. And then in my early 60s, I kind of pivoted, though I still sort of kept what I was doing. but I pivoted and started doing voiceover work. When somebody commented that I had a good voice and could use
I
it,
agree.
oh, thank you so much. And that that in fact, that I could perhaps take classes and then actually, do voiceover work. And that's exactly what happened. And from that, I went into acting and of course eventually into podcasting. And this is all happened in my early 60s. I think I began
Unbelievable.
at 61 and 62. Today I'm 65 years young, and it just keeps going. I just keep doing, more projects are coming in. I got into content creation, so I'm doing campaigns as well. I mean, it's nuts. It's like, I don't feel like what they consider a senior, and I was looking up stats, and according to the Canadian stats, they consider people 60 plus to be a senior, which is absolutely ridiculous. That is, I just find it to be a new chapter in our lives.
I totally agree. And I want to scold all of you people out there who think it's too late. Like you're 50, or maybe you're 55. You can even be 70. We're going to be putting a couple of slides up. We're going to be showing you that it's not too late, no matter how old you are. We have a good friend, Edna Katz Silver. She's part of our Daily Struggles sitcom. It's a social network show. She's 92 years old.
I know. Unbelievable.
Okay. And she's doing what she loves to do. So it's not too late. So where do you gather up the courage to do this? Well, very simple. You have to surround yourself with positive people who have
Yes.
a positive mindset. You have to stay away from the people who are, you're too old, you're wasting your time. Why don't you go take a walk, ride your bike? What are you doing this for? Nobody's watching. How many times have we heard that, right? Nobody's watching. So you have to stay away from these people. So by
I
staying away
agree.
with these people, surround yourself with positive people, and they can lead you to that avenue that can get you going, because they might know someone. Hey, I know those great podcasters there, Rob and Esther. Would you hook up with them? It can give you a few tricks, whatever. Go on their show, be interviewed. So it can all happen. You can't do it by yourself. You need friends. You need a good environment. You need to surround yourself with good people, and it's possible. You can do it.
Absolutely. And you're talking about surrounding yourself with good people. The network that you have is your net worth. That's one of the expressions.
Exactly.
And as you get older, that network is so much more important, because you may be, an empty nester. Your kids have left the nest, so to speak. And, perhaps you're at the end of a career of sorts, or, you've worked X amount of years, and there was something that you've always wanted to do. You may have more time to do it now because you don't have certain responsibilities. Now is the time to do it, because everything that's out there, I think people talk about ageism, but in fact, positive aging has become the new black. It is something that is being more valued, more appreciated, and more seen out there. And the community is larger. I think they did, and I have that on one of the banners. I think it's something like 37% of the US population as of 2021 was over the age of 50. And
Oh,
that's a huge, and centurions, look how many in Canada as of 2021, over 12,000. But for 50 plus, about 37%. So that is huge. And it's not a demographic that could be ignored. And it's a demographic that is thriving. We are younger than the old other generations. We're more vibrant. We're healthier. And the interests are much more abundant. And
yes.
there's so much more opportunity. I'm a big social media person, because that is my tool to be able to speak my truth, to be able to put it out there and talk about things that are important to me. So it's a platform for everyone, and you never know. People are listening, and maybe what you're saying is resonating with others, and they need to hear it. So guys, you need to hear. If you're over 50, you're just beginning.
Well, we got a comment from one of our audience members, Louisa Miniachi. Thank you so much for tuning in, Louisa. And thank you for participating with that lovely voice of yours, Esther. Can I ask you to read what's on the screen right now?
Absolutely. She says, sometimes after 55, you feel liberated. Exactly. The kids are independent. You don't take any BS, that's for sure, and don't need to answer to anyone. Thank God. It's a great time to make a difference and lay your footprints in the sand. I love that. Lay your footprints in the sand.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and it's another thing. Don't forget that when you're retired, all of a sudden you have more time.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying.
So you can get up, plan your day. You can put, silly things. You can, I mean, this is crazy. On social media, you never know which nerve you're going to hit. I'm going to give you an example. I mean, congratulations to you, Esther, for coming up with the great idea of age is not my cage at age 55. But in God's name, who would have thought that you would
64
have
years.
had
64.
who would have thought that you would have had such an impact with and I think that sounds so irrelevant. That sounds like so every day you hit that nerve. You want to get people out there. You and I probably will never become stars. Probably will. We hope we will.
That's not important to me,
Yeah.
Robert, to be
But
honest. But
the thing
to be
is,
able to have a voice,
you have to go out there, live out your dreams. And if it's not to become a star for yourself, it's to touch other people like yourself. You got people conscious all of a sudden, and we don't hear about it. I can put my hand in fire that you must have inspired a big, I want to be careful to say the right words, a big load of people to go into things, to do things that they would want to do. They didn't have the courage to do, but now they're seeing you do it. You inspired them. You gave them a push, and they're actually out there doing this stuff. And I hope if anybody on TikTok or any other social media platform got inspired by either of us or anybody on the internet, please let us know. And you know what? We're going to invite you right now to share very briefly a story of yours.
I would love to hear
How
story.
you guys, started doing something, at an age which is considered unconventional.
Yeah, absolutely, you guys. And if you're unable to do all of it here today now, please send it to either Robert or myself. You can do it at any of our social media platforms and tell us your story. We'll talk about it perhaps next week. We'd love to hear it, or you could just do it right here. But I know that there are a lot of you out there who are just at the beginning of their second chapter. That's really what it is. Robert, and I did a little bit of research about this and realized that there were so many people out there, and it isn't just of recent times, but even 100 years ago,
Yes.
who really started a new career path after the age of 50. So I put together a little slideshow. We're just going to go over it very quickly, and some of these names are going to be very, very familiar to you, so you're going to be surprised. So
let's do this.
Absolutely. So first person on this list is Mr. Harry Bernstein, published writer at 96 years old.
Wow.
Yes, Harry Bernstein started writing his first novel, The Invisible Wall, a love story that broke barriers, when he was 93. Unbelievable. Our second guest, our second person on this list of success stories, yes, is marathon runner Gladys Burrell. So Gladys Burrell began her marathon running career at, wait for it, the age of 86. I'm going to stop complaining now. Going for a walk in the park, I complain. The third one is Anna Mary Robertson Moses, and this name may seem familiar to you rather. Anna Mary Robertson Moses, better known as Grandma Moses, began her painting career at the age of 78. Unbelievable.
That's totally nuts.
I know.
You see, people, we're just giving you examples here. We're going to carry on with some other names that you're familiar with.
Absolutely.
Number 4, Peter Mark Roget. He published Lexicographer at age 73. You might have used Roget's thesaurus at some point. Yes, and I remember when I was in grade school, I had the Roget's thesaurus. And the Roget's thesaurus is actually a book with synonyms.
Yes.
And I think it's also a dictionary. But nowadays, we don't need that anymore because you have all that on internet. But still,
Yeah, I
it's
know, I
good
know.
for nostalgic purposes. But did you know the man who wrote it was 73 years old when it was first published?
Unbelievable.
Laura Ingalls Wilder. She's a published writer at the age of 65. Laura Ingalls
Yay.
Wilder began writing the Little House series of children's books at 65 years old.
Robert, I think that's where the Little House on the Prairie
Originated.
originated. Yeah, yeah.
I
Very,
thought it
very
rang a
interesting.
bell.
Yeah,
Ding
absolutely.
dong,
Yeah,
ding
this one will ring a big bell. Continue.
This is a familiar picture that we've seen over and over again, and he stays engraved in our memories. It's Harlan Sanders. He's the founder of Kentucky Fried Chicken at 62 years old. He's better known as Colonel Sanders. Harlan Sanders was 62 years old when he first franchised Kentucky Fried Chicken. He sold the business along with his secret recipe of 11 herbs and spices for $2 million 12 years after, at the age of 74.
Unbelievable. So, our seventh person on this list is Ray Kroc,
Oh, yeah.
McDonald's owner at 59 years old. Also finding success in the fast food industry, Ray Kroc was 59 years old when he bought his first McDonald's restaurant from the McDonald's brothers. Number 8 is Julia Child, celebrity chef at 51 years old. Julia Child is recognized for making French cuisine accessible to the American public with her best-selling cookbook, Mastering the Art of French Cooking. She went on to create The French Chef in 1963, a successful television cooking show, which made her a household name in America. And guys, if you are watching the series Julia on Crave, it is the story of how her career began in her 50s. It's a wonderful, wonderful series.
You see, folks, there is hope. There's lots of hope.
Absolutely, there's hope.
Guys, you know what? Just drop us a line. You need a little booster and need that little nudge to get going. We'll do it. In the bobsleigh in the Olympics, there's the guy who's pushing the sled down that crazy obstacle course, whatever you want to call it. We'll be there for you. Just reach out to us. Hey, we don't bite. Number 9, Charles Darwin. He published the theory of evolution at 50 years old. Charles Darwin is one of the most famous naturalists and scientists of all time. I hope I don't mess this one up over here. Momofuku Ando. Hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
Instant noodle creator at 50 years old. Momofuku Ando is an inventor and businessman famous for inventing instant noodles.
Yes, and actually, in my research, I discovered that at 60, he actually put out the cup of noodles. So those little packages that you see in the supermarket, he invented that at the age of 60. So, and it makes me wonder about, the fact that why do these success stories happen after the age of 50? And some, whether it is a career or it's something creative, I think that the accumulated knowledge of all the past years, and the fact that, like we said earlier, that now you have the free time, and now that we are healthier and living longer, so we sort of have this the knowledge and the experience and the time and the confidence factor, because that makes a huge difference as well, because as you age, that changes.
Okay, listen, I just want to give a shout out to someone who's tuned in from Italy. Hello,
hi.
Lucia Buttino. Buongiorno and benvenuto. Scusa che il mio italiano non è troppo perfetto perché io parlo in dialetto. Allora, molto grazie, Lucia, di essere con noi. And Lucia says over here that her dream is to speak in English. Well, you know what, Lucia? Hang out with us. We'll fix
Yeah, that's
up with
right.
that.
Well, we're here every Wednesday at noon. My goodness.
Every Wednesday, 12 o'clock, there would be 6 p.m. in Italy. Lucia, di quale regione viene in Italia? Okay, so we got some more comments over here. Why don't we take a little peek at this over here? Esty, this one's yours.
Oh, how wonderful. Thank you for joining us. Did you find us through us Seriously Live broadcast this past weekend during the Seamless Journey short film premiering with Teresa Pichano? Now, that brings me to this subject, Robert. The live broadcast that we did at
Yes.
Seamless Journey. So, isn't that one of your dreams to be a broadcaster, to go live, to interview people? And I have to tell you, I watched you in action and you thrived. Like
Wow.
that's where you belong. And and maybe had you tried to do that when you were younger, it wouldn't be the same. Maybe you wouldn't have the confidence, maybe you wouldn't have the know-how. What do you think? How do you feel about that?
Well, up until the age of 50, before I started doing all of this broadcasting and living my dream, I was very, very shy. It all started off, I was filming myself, watching myself, over and over again. And I started getting some confidence. And that is something, yes, that I have always dreamed of. And my dream goes farther. I would like with you to host a huge gala.
Oh, let's
Again,
put it out there in the universe.
well, you
Okay,
know
yeah.
what? I'll tell you what. Teresa Pichano, she's our ticket. Do something really big, Teresa, and Esther and I are going to be there. We're going to back you up. We'll host the show. How's that?
Yeah, we're always available. And Robert, I never thought that I would be doing that. And then I remembered an 8-year-old standing in the middle of her living room holding her hairbrush, introducing the Esther Brzezinski show. Like, where does that? That's what I used to do when I was a child. And
Exactly.
the acting, I tried to do it in my early 20s and was totally discouraged by
No.
my parents. And then I tried again early in my marriage, when I was 25, 26, again, was discouraged and just sort of buried everything.
You know what? This show is usually 15 minutes, okay? And
Yeah.
we've been misbehaving for the past little while.
Yeah,
We
we have
have
been.
such a great turnout with our audience today that we're just going to keep on going and going. And
Absolutely.
because we put some energizers in our bodies today, and we just keep on going and going and going. So we got Lucia here who's got a couple of comments. Let's see.
Sure.
Non avevo capito che parla avete di personaggi conosciuti e
So please
interessanti.
translate.
I'm trying to translate over here. Oh my God. Something about something, someone well known and interesting. She says she didn't understand that, talking about an interesting person and someone who's known. There's also another comment from Lucia. She is from, oh, okay. So she's from Teresa's hometown.
Oh, that
Yes.
is so fascinating.
And she said hello to you as well. So she's from
Ciao.
Campobasso, Italy.
That's
And we also
amazing.
loved the live broadcast, started raising awareness of PKD. There you go, Luisa Pichano, another interesting person. She's well known, polycystic kidney disease. He was on the Terry DeMonte show back a while ago, and he was supporting her and was supporting the cause. Good for you, Louisa, for coming out there. People, come out there with your inspiring stories. We want to inspire the world today. We want to show everybody that, yes, it is possible, to live out your dreams. Over 50, you can be 95 years old. You can still do it.
It's funny because guys, I started my social media journey, and as of late I've been getting a few little campaigns, and the latest one that I'm doing, which is so interesting, is a dating app for people over 40. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Specifically targeting people over 40. And it's huge. It's a huge market, and they're putting it out there. They were looking for people who had a little bit of influence to talk about it, to try it out, and to to be part of their campaign. So just to let you know that we are now a demographic that is being taken seriously.
Oh, we just say hello to Vicky Sankertsi. Thank you for tuning in from Ontario. Very much appreciated. And Lucia, once again, who's become very vocal on our show, and we love it. She says that she performed in Teresa's Seamless Journey. There you
Oh,
go.
amazing. Was she doing the voiceover or singing?
Qual parte avete fatto, Lucia? Dicela a noi. Oh my God. If I talk with my parents, the old Italian with that, that dialect, that slang, I can get away with it. But when it talks to talking real Italian, I'm sorry. I just, can't, I can't nail it. And Antonia Figliuolo, Tony, thank you so much for tuning in. We have a
So
great show today.
appreciated.
Antonia, I know that you're close to our age group, and you can share with us if you have a dream that you would like to do or you're doing, go ahead and share that with us.
Yeah, absolutely. There's an interesting thing that I've noticed on social media, and I especially noticed it on the Clubhouse rooms. Was there are a lot of people over 50 doing podcasting?
Yes. Well, again, a lot of people are retired and now they have the time.
Yeah.
Like us, for example. Okay, I am retired. I was tired yesterday, and today I'm tired again.
But you don't appear tired, so that's good.
Okay, so hang on. Here she is. She told us that La Canzone. Okay, she says that she sang in the song.
Okay.
Okay. We did this. She did the voiceover on there.
Wonderful job. Wonderful job.
Lucia. Ben fatto.
Yeah, wonderful. Yes.
And there you go. Lucia Butina did the voiceover in the beginning of the movie. That's right.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
There
Amazing.
you go.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, wow. This is
She's
great.
doing voiceover, and we'd love to hear your stories as well.
Guys, you know what? We've decided against all laws of what do you call it, timing for broadcast or whatever. We've extended our show. We're having a lot of fun with this. We got a great turnout. We got the audience participating. Guys, please feel free to come on and share your stories with us. You can make comments, ask questions. You want to ask me a question? Go ahead. You want to ask Esther a question? Go ahead as well. You want to ask Jenny a question? She's our producer. She's in my ear right now, supervising what's going on right here. You can go ahead and ask all the questions you want. We're here for you. The show is for you. It's about everybody.
Interestingly enough, and I guess it's the timing for this makes sense to me. I moderated a room on Clubhouse on Sunday, and it was about women over the age of 40, but that includes 40, 50, 60, who are on TikTok and social media. And we talked a lot about, the hesitancy of that age group, and also the fact that all of these platforms are aging up. In other words, there are a lot of us over 50 who just have a voice and who, just want to participate and be part of a community. And it was huge. It had a huge turnout. So then there again, this is a very, very important subject.
Well, I do want to stress something. You're aware of it. A lot of people are aware of it by now. I have a new broadcast, a new show coming out called Pilot Bob.
Yeah.
And I have a huge passion for aviation. That started off in 1979. And fortunately, there had to be some kind of an event that happened May 25, 1979 in Chicago at the Chicago International Airport, O'Hare Airport. There's a DC-10 from American Airlines that crashed. And it's not because of the crash that I got interested in aviation back in the day. It's because I just became fascinated with how these huge machines, so heavy as they are, how it is that they can fly. So I became interested in that. And just letting you know, I'm going to be 58 in July. And at age 57, started dreaming about it. And again, my environment, the people in my surrounding, Esther's one of them, Jenny's another one. They all pushed me. Why don't you just make like a show out of it, a broadcast? Well, I took the bull by the horns. I'm going to tell you something. I'm not a real pilot. Okay, that's one thing. But I'm going to tell you something. I just went out there. I started off the broadcast, the show, whatever you want to call it, with the help of my friends. Not really sure exactly where I was going. And now things are all falling into place. There's players who are coming in. I got people, aviation fields, inviting me for shows.
Wow.
I did one at an aviation school. I did another one. Look, I have a wealth of knowledge. I have pilots who are coming to me, giving me a wealth of information. So that's the whole trick. You have to go out there and you have to fulfill your dream. Now, if you're not too sure where you're going and all that, hey, listen, Esther and I started off the show over here 50 episodes ago. It started off as a joke. It said, you know what? Hey, let's have fun with it. Whatever comes of it, comes of it. And now we're all over the world.
It seems like that is actually happening, and we're 51 shows in, and it was just kind of a little bit of a pipe dream. I had thought about doing podcasting. I had no idea how to go about it. I mentioned it to you, and you just, took me under your wing and taught me everything, and I have you to thank for that. And I did it at, I believe I was 63. I was
63
63
years
years
old.
old. Yeah.
Imagine that.
Yeah, just before turning 64. Yeah. It was
And look how
February.
sweet our friend Lucia is. She said she's going to contact her cugina, which is cousin in Montreal, and she's going to tell her, go watch this show.
Oh, thank
know?
you so
So,
much, Lucia. Grazia. Is that right?
Grazie,
Grazia?
Lucia.
Did I say it right?
Yeah, brava, grazie. And by the
Okay.
way, Esther's boyfriend, Fernando, is
Lorenzo.
Italian.
Yes.
So she knows a couple of words here and there. And man, does she know how to eat Italian? Eh?
Well, that's
Spaghetti, the pizza. And you know what? Fernando, he's a great cook and all that. Was there some talk at some time that he might have his own show coming on? Is there a possibility? Again, he's one of us. He's in our age group. Talk to us about
he's
Fernando.
going to be 65 in September, and he is a home chef. And when I first met him and we first started dating, yes, he used to describe to me what he was doing while he was cooking, as if he already had a show. That he does it almost every time. And sometimes I think he's talking to himself. Sometimes I think he's losing his mind, but that's what he does. And the idea of him doing a show eventually is not a bad idea. And you know what else, Robert? He got a bit of the acting bug, because he was on screen quite a bit for an extra on Teresa's movie Seamless Journey.
I wonder how that was sparked.
Yeah, and he actually had some young man who was sitting in the front, who I believe is a director, come up to him and say, "Good job."
Oh,
And
nice.
he has not stopped talking about it. He said, "Good job, Esther. Maybe I should do something about it. Maybe we should go get headshots. Should I take acting classes?" And I said, "Why not? It's never too late."
If talking about acting classes, yes, that's a great point that you bring up. Acting classes, you're 70 years old, you're 60, 66. Is it too late?
No.
We got a great acting school by the name of MSOPA. MSOPA.com. Go on MSOPA.com and you can watch, or actually tune into, what is it on Wednesdays? Showbiz.
Yeah, let's talk showbiz, which is on hiatus for the summer, but there are a lot of online courses you can do via Zoom, which
at MSOPA.
At Montreal School of Performing Arts. MSOPA is the acronym, and she has many courses. We did several of them online. I did some in person. Now she's doing hybrid, but all that to say, she's had students who are in their 50s, who are in their 60s, who are in their 70s,
90s
as well.
Edna
was a student as well. And, interestingly enough, sometimes when you are more mature, the talent that you have shines through. It just there's no holds bar anymore. There's a lot of, sort of defense mechanisms that we have when we're younger. They just sort of go to the wayside, and we become who we were meant to be. That's the bottom line.
Exactly. And, if you hold back and you say, "Oh man, I should have done it. Why didn't I do it?" Have regrets? No, there's no room for regrets. Just do it. Don't be afraid. You want to do a project, you're not sure where you're going. Hey, you got friends, you got me, you got Esther.
Just contact us. Robert, my big thing was about doing things scared.
Yes.
In the beginning, I did everything terrified. I would do podcasts shaking. I would, go to an audition, not being able to sleep the night before. Because in the beginning, when I started, we were still doing in person because it started 3 years ago. And I just said, "That's it, Esther. It's either now or never." This is it felt like a last chance, but it felt more like my second chapter, my new chapter. This is the time. Now is the time. All that fear and worry and anxiety, throw that out the window, because you now know. You now have the confidence. You now have the know-how. You have the wisdom. Just do it.
And, you don't necessarily have to knock on doors to find people who can inspire and all that. All you got to do is just go on YouTube. There's a whole bunch of channels. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on. There's people who even talk about what we're talking about right now. I'm sure there's a segue to our show somewhere on YouTube. All you got to type in the algorithm, and you're good with this, Esther. How would they have to type this in? What is it like? Live your dream after.
So they could even type in following your dreams after 50. And as a matter of fact, we're not the only show that has covered this particular subject. There are quite a few other, YouTube programs, whether it be a podcast broadcast or just a video that talk about that. And, another thing, like, I'm going back to social media. There's an audio app called Clubhouse where I learned a ton of stuff about acting, about broadcasting, about social media. And I used my time in the last 2 years to just soak up information. If you think you can't learn anymore, you are so wrong. And maybe you need to take a little bit more time. I take a lot of notes and then I highlight it, and I have to write things down sometimes just so that it sort of remains in my memory, so that the action, maybe it's because I'm a tactile learner, you could still learn so much.
And the thing in there is that you have to be focused. You have to be absolutely focused. And again, don't be scared. Okay, I give you an example. I wanted to start a business selling cars. How am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? Well, listen, I had no idea what I was doing. I started off selling one car in my driveway, 2 cars. And then with my brother's help, I actually went and opened up a dealership. We had 11 cars to start off with. After the second month, we were at 22 cars. Third month, we had a yard, 35 cars in the yard. We were absolutely invading the guy's space. It was a garage, mechanic's garage. We invaded the guy's space. We're over 35 cars, opened up my own dealership. We did very well. And listen, I'm not afraid to say this because sometimes things go wrong and you have the wrong people around you. Esther, I saw $1 million go from this hand, just slide right through. I had a beautiful business. I had 8 employees. I had my partner. My brother was my partner. A thriving business. The problem was that I couldn't be there because I was working 80, 90 hours a week at that point. I had my job as a bus driver. I would leave for work. And then on the bus, at the end of the line, when I had a few minutes off, I would go on Facebook and I would see my employees. They're on Facebook. They're not doing any work because the business hour is 9 to 9. So at 3 o'clock, I'd have to leave to go work, driving the bus. And I had my employees on Facebook stealing time, stealing stuff from the garage and all that. Look, I can say I fulfilled the dream of having a dealership. I saw something big. I wanted something really big. I was getting there. But unfortunately, when the cat is not around, the mice dance. So there is no limit. There is absolutely no limit to what you can do. What would you say, Esther, is something that looks so unattainable that people are afraid to do? What's holding them back? Can you give us an example of what you can consider unattainable if you stop and look at it in a perspective? But then again, if you got the balls to go out there and actually, start this off, how is it that you could actually do this? Give us an example of something.
Yes. So interestingly enough, I think one of the most terrifying things that is asked of someone to do is public speaking. A lot of people are absolutely mortified to go in front of people and talk, to give a speech, to introduce, to even do what we're doing, because we are doing it live. It is quite terrifying for many. And, the bottom line is, for me, is as terrifying as it is, like Robert says, you have people around you who are supportive and who are there for you, and you go ahead and I know Robert said don't be scared, but you know what I say, Robert? I say be scared,
Yes.
because you need that fear. That fear gives you adrenaline,
Oh
and
my
that
God. Yeah.
fear pushes you. And even if you make a mistake, because God knows I've made many, even on the podcast, mispronounce things, forget things. It happens. We're human. That's okay. And people are forgiving, and they actually like when they see you as a real, authentic person, as opposed to someone who's too polished, too professional, because they want to relate. It's partially why Oprah became so popular, because she was so relatable, because
Yeah.
she opened her life to everyone and talked about some of the horrors that she went through, and how she survived it all, and then she became the person who she is today. And she's always truly herself, and she also has the ability, she has great empathy, and she's just thrived. And you know, there are many people who have that ability, and they're just too afraid to do it. So I think that's one thing that people think is unattainable, is to be a public speaker. And you would be surprised, guys. Many of you have it in you.
Don't get me wrong, because there's a lot of times when I'm broadcasting, and now is one of them. I don't know, for some reason, I'm really excited today, Esther. My palms are sweaty, my feet are sweaty. I can mop the entire 1,000 square feet of flooring over here with my feet for how sweaty they are. But
Yeah.
I'm loving it. It's an adrenaline. It's something that you really need to have in you. And Lucia has written something really, really interesting. We're going to go to Antonia Filiolo's comment right after. And
Okay.
Lucia says that she started to realize that, to realize her dreams when she took her pension. She started writing poetry,
Wow.
recite, and she started doing everything that she's always desired to do. She says that she feels like she's an accomplished mom, a grandma, and she feels liberated as a woman. And
Amazing. I love that. Thank you so much, Lucia.
we also have Antonia. She says she loves public speaking.
Amazing.
Good for you, Antonia. And you know what? I suggest to you, don't be afraid. I don't know. You have a Facebook account, any social media, go out there, do live videos.
Yes, do live.
You could
That
be
helps.
taking a walk. It doesn't matter. Hey, guys, I'm taking a walk. Look at my new running shoes here. I'm going for a run. Anything that sounds silly and ridiculous, do it anyway. We have another comment here. Well, that's me. That's fantastic. She goes, continuate così. That's right. I'm saying it's actually my producer who's writing on my behalf. She says, that's fantastic. Keep going. That's the way you want to do it. And we got Louise Miniatch over here. Yes, fear pushes you to perfection.
Yes,
Absolutely
exactly, Lucia. Thank you. Did I say that right? Lucia?
right.
Lucia?
Louisa.
Louisa. Oh, I'm so sorry. See, I
And,
made a mistake, but it's okay. I'm human.
and those who see you aim for perfection will stand by you and believe in everything you do. I couldn't agree more. Absolutely. And now, see, Tony is inspired and she's laughing her off. Right. And Tony, you know what? Guys, folks, you heard it here first. Do not be surprised if Antonia comes up with something crazy today. She's getting her inspiration from our show. And Tony, listen, we want a shout out. Say, I was watching Rob and Esther and I got inspired and I'm doing this crazy video because of them. And I'm loving every minute of it.
It actually is great practice to go live, by the way, because I do that and I'll sit for an hour, just talk about different things and people ask questions, and it's amazing.
Hey, there's a good friend of ours, Patty Saragosa.
Hey, Patty.
Hey, thanks for tuning on, Patty. This is so great you tune in. Patty is the technical producer in Rob's Inner Circle and a very good friend of mine. We go back 35 years. Such a sweetheart. She's great. She blends in well with Jenny, with Esther.
She's a sweetheart.
And of course, myself. We're just a great group. And let's see what Patty has written over here. Esther, the honor is yours.
Yes, amazing broadcast. Amazing. Anything is possible. It's never too late. And never forget your desires and your dreams are not negotiable. Go for it. Don't stop. Go, go, go. Well, I got goosebumps, Patty. Thank you for that. Amazing.
Hey, you know what, Esther, I swear to God, I'm going to share this with you.
Okay.
I have not felt as good as this on our show in a very, very long time.
Oh, I'm happy to hear. Because you
Now,
know what, Robert, this is a subject close to your heart. This is something that you're passionate about. This is something that you've lived. And I feel exactly the same way. And I
yes,
just sort of want to like, scream it from the rooftops that it's never too late. Keep chasing your dreams. They are attainable. This is just the second half of your life. This is not, you're not a senior. You are and
yeah.
the time is now and do it scared. Absolutely, go for it.
Tony, I'm going to pick on you. Tony,
Uh-oh.
I want to see a video from you on social media
Yeah,
before
you
the
got
sun.
24 hours. Do what you did to me. You
No,
got
no, no, no,
24
not
hours.
24 hours. What? It's hours before the sun sets. We got to see
Right.
something from Antonia
Okay.
on social media and just give me a little buzz. Hey, I'm about to put something up, Tony. All right.
Yeah, we'll share it. We'll share it.
Darn right we will. Esther, wow. Okay. Is there any dream that's on standby right now that you're planning on doing a little bit later on?
It's interesting because I had been thinking, and I'm just going to say it here for the first time. I've actually been thinking about trying to write as well.
Oh,
I
yeah.
I used to write a lot when I was younger, and of course there was the diary, but just I have a lot of stories to tell. There's a lot that I've gone through. There's a lot of lessons I've learned. There's just a lot that I feel I have to share. So that might be something that I'm going to look into in the future. Perhaps more like writing a script. That's something that I kind of interested in doing. But again, something I'm going to have to learn from scratch. And of course, I'm terrified, but that's going to help me.
Well, you know what, Patty, you're such a talented performer yourself. She's a theatrical performer. She plays my TV wife on her sitcom that's on social media, Daily Struggles.
Yeah.
Such a lot of fun to be around. So, Patty, throwing a little dare at you. How about you creating a little social media, a little clip? I know you're shy. You're probably saying, yeah, you're nuts. You know what? I'm throwing a dare at you. It's a challenge. So, Patty, before the sun sets, how about you creating a little clip and putting that up on social media? And you know what, Antonia? Here's a suggestion for you. Why don't you do like a small 1 minute clip, maybe even less, how fun it is, or how much you miss having a man in your life, or if you're having a great time being a single mom, just do a little clip with that. And yeah, you can bring your kids in there and they can have fun as well doing that with you. And Patty Zaragoza, look at this. I love the way she is writing. Look at what she's writing. That's my motto.
Dream, dream, dream big. Absolutely, Patty. You're so right. And, and we're all over 50. All of us here, it seems. And all these inspiring quotes and, suggestions and all these, banners that we're putting up from you guys, they are like amazing. And it just shows the passion that you guys have for this and that what we're saying resonates with you. This means something. This is something we need to talk about more, and maybe we'll do another show about that. And maybe you guys can send us clips, or we could even bring you on as our special guests and you talk about your dreams and maybe some of them you are fulfilling at the moment, because we'd love to do that. We will bring you on as a guest.
You know what? Okay, listen, folks. We have a segment on our show called What's on Your Mind. And we have a week to do this, okay? If you want to participate, you want to just tell us what's on your mind, do a little clip, about 40 seconds. Tell us what's on your mind. We're going to play it on our show. And here's something else that we're throwing out there. If you want to be on our show, let us know, write us, and you could be a possible guest on our show, or maybe among multiple guests. Who knows?
Yeah, because this is a great subject. Live a passionate life. Absolutely, Patty. She is so right about that. And I think that's, it would be great to hear from you guys how you feel about this. But it's so important to talk about.
One thing I do want to mention is that now that we have the audience's attention and all that, we do invite you to go on both our YouTube channels. That's Esther's Breeze and Bobby's Short Shorts. Why are we saying this? Go on and watch the other episodes that Esther and I have done. And I don't want to sound like a salesman here or whatever, but we have a few dillies on there. One of my favorites is the first one that we opened up our series with. It's something about oversized purses. We have another one on a cell phone addiction. We have another one, an astral projection. We have a few of them really, really interesting. One subject that's something that's really, I was shocked about it, but I did it anyway. As you have to be a professional about it. Polyamory, like loving more than one person at the same time. We have a lot of great episodes. Go into our channels, subscribe to our channels, hit the notification bell, because that way you're going to be informed when something new is coming on. And you can go watch our shows, comment, give us likes and all that, share, and be inspired. Go out and do it. Live out your dream.
Absolutely, guys. Live out your dreams. Do it scared. And dreams are the wishes of tomorrow. But you know what, guys? Tomorrow is today.
Exactly. Tomorrow is today. There you go. And you know what? I have a dream. I'm going to share that with you and the audience there.
All right.
I want to start a purse manufacturing company that's going to downsize these luggage size purses you ladies have out there. I just go nuts when I see that. You want to get the Kleenex. It takes about an hour and a half just to go through that maze. At one point I just got impatient, grabbed the purse, empty the whole contents. My God, I'm telling you, they have the whole pharmacy in there. I remember you have your brush, you got your in cases of all that. I want to start a purse company that miniaturizes. The size of a Barbie purse?
Right.
All you need is credit cards. That's all you need in a purse, for crying out loud.
Guys, if you want to see more of this conversation, check out our premiere episode of Noon Hour Out of the Box. That, in fact, was our subject, large purses. And Robert he was frustrated and he told us all about it. So, check out episode 1.
Okay, Lucia saying, molto grazie che avete giocato con noi. Allora, vi diamo appuntamento la settimana prossima alla stessa ora, mercoledì, mezzogiorno, ora di qui. In Italia saranno le 6 del pomeriggio, la sera. Allora, molto grazie, ci vediamo la settimana prossima. E molto grazie di essere con noi oggi. So what I did is I actually told our good friend Lucia, she says she has to go. She wants to know when we're going to be back again. Well, I just told her next week, 12 o'clock Eastern time, and Italian time, European time. I don't know what they call that time zone. I call it the jet lag zone anyway. We're going to be live again next Wednesday at noon. And if you're in Europe, it's a 6-hour difference. If you're in Australia, I believe it's 13, 14-hour difference.
I think it's 14 hours.
14 hours.
Hours ahead.
And we have people tuning in from Australia for crying out loud. Look at that.
We've had that,
Ciao, Lucia. Grazie.
Ciao.
Guys, we're coming into the closure of the show just about. We have a little bit of time left. So, let's, shoot the... keep going here. Tell us what our... what subjects you would like for us to talk about. Is there something, because we see that there's an older group of people tuning into our show tonight. Are there any concerns, any subjects that you would like for us to talk about? We would like very much, to indulge with you. And probably, if you got a great subject, you want to come on the show and talk about it with us, why not? We can have you on the show.
Yeah, that's what we said earlier. Yeah, we welcome you. We welcome to hear what you guys have to, suggest. And in addition, what you'd like to talk about, because, we are an older demographic, but we're an important demographic. And I believe that we have our place here and luckily on all these platforms to speak and to have a voice. And we're inviting you to have a voice with us.
Just letting you know, folks, okay? I know that Esther calls me her mentor and all that, and I really appreciate it. It's heartfelt. Guys, this is a little project for you guys to do. If you know someone who's got inspirations and wants to do something, keeps talking about it and talking about it, enough. Today's the day. You're going to take the bull by the horns. You're going to take that person. Today, we're making it happen. I remember hearing Esther. She was going on, it'd be kind of fun, doing some projects and all that. I go, enough. Esther, you got 24 hours. I'm not giving you a choice. You got 24 hours. You're going live tomorrow night. Like
Yeah,
it or
that's
not.
what he did.
What are you going to be
Yeah.
talking about? I don't give a damn. That's your problem. So we go on. She was shaking like a leaf. I am telling you, she was sweating all over.
Yeah, now I can't stop talking.
And Esther, I'm going to take you by the hand. Relax. So we started off the show and all that. And she started to get a little comfortable. And she was scared, but she kind of liked it. And then she became addicted to it. They're like cigarette smoking or alcohol. You become addicted to it, only that this is a better addiction. You get a lot more out of it. So, guys, if you know someone who wants to do something,
Oh, that's a wonderful
don't
initiative,
make
Robert.
it stop.
Help others make their dreams come true. Absolutely.
Yes.
Be part of the support system. Be that network that is your net worth and others' net worth. That's so important. And I mean, look what Robert did for me, and then we pass it forward. I've helped friends of mine who wanted to get into acting or get into voiceover work. So we pass it forward, and I just truly believe that that's something that you guys should do as well. Pay it forward, help others achieve their dreams.
And when Jenny comes up with these beautiful comments like this over here, we're having a great show.
Oh, that's right. No. It's been, I'm amazed, but at the same time, I'm not so amazed because I've seen this over and over again, that this whole idea of being over 50 and following your dreams and just being recognized as such an important demographic hits home for so many people. So
Okay, hey guys, you know what? If you know someone, we got about 5 minutes left over here. This is what our budget is going to be stretching. It's not a moment of how much time we have because I have other things to do too as well. But I would rather stay here all day, but I can't unless Esther wants to go on solo.
I can't do it without you, Robert.
Oh my God. Isn't that the cutest thing you've ever heard? Okay, so why don't you give us a name or two of someone who wants to do something and they don't have the courage to do it, and we might just give them a little nudge, a little call, or maybe contact them, and maybe we can help them go out and live out their dream. At least start off, on the right track to go.
Yeah, make your
That could
dreams
be
come
interesting.
true.
Don't forget to make some video clips for what's on your mind. All you got to do is talk about what's on your mind. Don't worry about the quality. It doesn't matter. We do recommend that you put your phone horizontally to do it, to maximize the image. Otherwise, you're going to have part of the image cut off and all that. So
on this particular platform, that's best. Yeah.
it's best. Actually, well, if you're going live on the social media, I know that it's still better to go vertically.
Vertical, but
Yeah.
not for presenting here. Presenting here at
Exactly.
horizontal is best.
Yeah, guys, come on. We'd like to put you on there. Come on, live out your dream. It's going to be a lot of fun, So, guys, listen, I think we're out of time and we're out of subjects here at the same time. And also, we can go on and have fun. But, we got things to do, Esther.
This has been a great show. It's such an important subject. I feel that like I said earlier, we all have a voice. We all have dreams. And, age is just a number. And my hashtag age is just, age is just your cage. And our age is not my cage, rather. It doesn't matter how old you are. Just go and do it. Do it scared. Just do it. It's so important. Live your passion. And the big thing, Robert, is to have no regrets.
No regrets, and be scared, but a good scared. And the most important thing, have fun. And do not forget to stay away from negative people. Surround yourself with great folks who are positive, like Esty and myself, by the way. And just go out and you live out your dreams. If you don't know what you're doing, there's resources out there. Go on, watch YouTube videos. You can come to us, go to a friend who knows a thing or two about how to do it. Do it, and do it. Live your dream, like Patty says. No regrets, just have fun. Esther, in the closing comments on this show, I would like to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being such an amazing co-host. And you're very talented, and you look sensational. You are lying to us. You're 45.
No, I am 65 years young. Thank you, Robert, for all your constant support and being the great friend. And you are my mentor, and I will keep saying it. And I thank you every day for the rest of my life for pushing me to do this and making my dreams come true.
Well, my dream came true today. We had an absolutely terrific show, and it's also in part because of our great friend and amazing producer of Noon Hour Out of the Box, Jenny Duhane. Thank you, Jen, for being there.
Jenny.
Thank you. And thank you to everybody. We'll see you next week, same time, same place. Don't forget, on Access Radio every Saturday between noon and 3. That's Access, AXIS radio.ca. We have the extended version of our show. So you want to tune in and have fun, you can chat with us. You go live. Folks, thank you. We're going to be seeing you next week. Hasta la vista, baby.
Ciao for now.
Bye.